Microsoft launches Windows 7, Bing gets Twitter and Facebook updates, and there's a bold new BlackBerry. It's Thursday, October 22nd. I'm Natalie Del Conte, and it's time to get loaded. You may have heard that Windows 7 launches today. Big day in the Windows world. Later this morning, the Loaded crew will be heading to the Steve Ballmer keynote address here in New York. Look for video of that later on CNET TV. Also, if you upgrade and you need a little help, be sure to watch all of our help and how-tos here on CNET because we have tricks and tips for all the fun features. In some surprising Microsoft news, today the company started selling computers on its own website and eventually in brick-and-mortar stores. Kind of crazy, Microsoft selling actual computer hardware. These computers, however, will not be Microsoft branded. Instead, expect to see models from all manufacturers. In addition to PCs, Microsoft will also be selling Photoshop and Norton software. Acer announced a new 3D laptop this week. The new Aspire has something called Tri-Def 3D. It includes the 3D screen, glasses, and the software that makes the picture come out and grab you. It even converts 2D images into 3D, but if you want to escape the third dimension, you can switch the screen back to 2D mode. This is a 15-inch laptop and it starts at $800. We have an update on the Google Music service we reported on yesterday. CNET's Greg Sandoval reports that it will be called OneBox. It isn't really a download or a streaming service though, it's more of a search engine for music that will lead you to places to hear or buy music. It will be powered by iLike and Lala, so if you search for Coldplay, you'd get a thumbnail photo, background information, and a listing of the music that you can preview. This is still speculation, but we suspect an official announcement next week. Facebook wants in on the music search too. The site is going to integrate Lala into its gift store. This means you can buy your friends a song through Lala, which they can play online as much as they want. Microsoft search engine Bing announced deals with Twitter and Facebook to index the entire Facebook universe and Twitterverse. I hate that word. This means that Facebook real-time status updates and Twitter tweets will now be accessible and searchable through Bing as long as those posts are public. People with more followers will be ranked higher on a given subject, so CBS News would have a higher result than something that came from, say, my producer Wilson or whatever. Mere hours after Microsoft announced these deals, Google announced that it, too, struck a deal with at least Twitter to index tweets as well. No word yet on Facebook updates. Google says that tweet indexing won't begin immediately or even how they'll be presented. They only said that they're essentially licensing the data from Twitter. Microsoft 1, Google 0. Speaking of Twitter, the site may get rid of the cool kids club known as the suggested follow list. This is the list of people that the company suggests you follow when you sign up for Twitter. The company's CEO, Evan Williams, said that he desperately wants to get rid of this feature. It's pretty elitist anyway. It gives users a ton of followers that they most likely wouldn't have otherwise, and you can't be sure if those people are really engaged with you or just blind followers. I wouldn't be sorry to see it go, and I probably only say this because I've never been on that list. There's a new BlackBerry Bold on the loose. The Bold 9700 was just announced for T-Mobile and AT&T. It has Wi-Fi, 3G of course, and that black chrome/leather finish around the back. It also replaces the trackball with the touch trackpad, which I much prefer. Other than that, pretty standard Bold. It will cost $199 with all the usual contract song and dance. Do you want to print out your magazines? Jimmy Wales, the founder of Wikipedia, is supposedly working on a project with HP to let users create and print out magazines. I always scratch my head when I hear about physical media projects like this. A quote from Wales in Reuters was equally perplexing. He said, "We have no idea if this will be popular." Okay then. Gucci launched a new iPhone app that the company says will fuse the worlds of fashion, technology, and music. I did not know that those worlds wanted to be fused. The app lets you find Gucci products and videos and news events about the high-end designer. It also lets you download playlists and manipulate those playlists with tracks from music producer Mark Ronson. There's also a Gucci radio station that you can listen to while you're rocking your Gucci gear. But here's a question. Is it tacky to listen to this station if all I have is a cheap Gucci knockoff? Flickr has finally received the ability to tag people in its metadata. Facebook has had this feature for a long time, but Flickr says it had to work out some privacy issues given that most of its photos are available to everyone. Users will be able to tag other users, but only with their permission. Unfortunately, though, there is no facial recognition, which is kind of a bummer. For that, you'll have to still rely on third-party services. Those are all your headlines for today, and that wraps up your week of Getting Loaded. Before I go, I want to wish a happy birthday to David and Lucas. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. I'm Natalie Del Conte with CNET TV, and you've just been loaded.
It's the new Yahoo, brought to you, made by you, for you. Yahoo. It's you.